Are you a wrestling fan like me and ever wonder, when they're doing a submission, how much does it even really hurt? Well, let's find out. So guys, I have been a wrestling fan all my life. It's one of those dirty little secrets that you don't normally tell everyone about, but here we are. I've always watched WWE and I am absolutely loving AEW at the moment. But there's always those submissions that you just look at and you think, that doesn't even remotely hurt. Now, I understand the idea is they are looking after each other and they do it in a way to look painful, but actually doesn't necessarily hurt. But I stumbled across this channel called The Fight Bible, and basically the premises is there is MMA fighters and they try and recreate the submission hold, and then they give kind of alternative MMA style holds. So let's get watching.
Perfect.
John Cena. I'm sorry, but this one just does not look painful. You could literally just roll your body if you're underneath and get out of it, surely.
So John Cena, he starts by grabbing the leg, he stands, he slides the leg all the way through, which is why this doesn't work.
What do you think? Do you think it hurts if done properly? I'm not sure.
He comes all the way through and sits here, which is why it doesn't work, because his ass is stopping the calf.
You can literally...
From here.
Now this works.
This is Brad's favourite. Oh, he loves this. He loves this one. Oh, how's that feel, Brad?
Oh, that's horrible
This
everywhere.
is fucking payback for that last one you did to me.
Smother the cunt. Oh, he taps.
The problem when John Cena does it, though, is he doesn't talk. He doesn't put any talk on the head. So surely then there's no... The guy underneath is just laying on the floor. That's all it really is. He's just having a little rest, isn't he?
Smack. I'm going to regret it, though, in a minute, because he's going to do the real one.
Bad. It's not pleasant.
So yeah, so it's not a calf crush, but it's definitely a face crank.
Now, this one I've seen a few times, right? I've seen a few guys try and scramble away.
So this is the alternative. Now that would hurt because you're squishing the muscles.
I'm really going to have to do this gently because it's going to fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Right? But you can also go...
So... Oh, that's going to twist.
Oh, you noticed that was going to twist.
So even that's a better alternative, isn't it?
Okay, so the difference between this and what obviously John Cena does is that the bit that's in between my leg is much thinner. That means that my foot can pivot more towards my ass and thus crush my calf and squirt my ACL fucking nicely out the front of my
Let me show
leg.
you the difference.
Which is why
Shut.
AJ Styles'
Absolutely
calf
nothing.
crusher is better, because that is what you're doing, what he's doing
I
now.
can't even do it to him because I didn't do belly out. So I put it on the inside. Right? And now I come down.
Even
It
that
just looks painful doing it like that.
What you find is guys don't grab the head. You find guys grab the waist
and pull it
and
in.
then come forward. Right?
Yeah.
Not to forget. Spinal.
Felt quite nice.
Right?
So, John Cena's submission move. Although they're saying the rubbing of the face hurts, no. John Cena's submission is rubbish.
That's actually, I think Charles Oliveira got it or something like that. Actually pulled it off as a guy tried retreating.
Oh, you just see the muscles squished together with the leg in between.
Like this.
Ah, yeah. That would work.
And then he reached up.
Yeah.
And as the guy was trying to run away, he was just dragging his horrible fucking body weight through his pool.
It's like some out of fucking some horror movie with a monster climbing out the floor with this fucking dude hanging onto his ankle.
This one I can never understand. I understand all these. What he's really doing is trying to
Undertaker
choke
tends
him with
to
his
fall
with his
into
with
a
his
guard
thumb,
position,
with his
but obviously
shin.
never pulls them in, so brag on your knees. He falls back, he grabs the arm, he goes round and gets the shin against the throat.
And that's what you're trying to do, just choke him out with your
grabs
shin
hold of the back of the head
and pulling him in.
Pretty simple.
I'm assuming by the reaction this does work, in a sense, in a professional wrestling sense especially. I love, so with The Undertaker, his finisher is the tombstone pile driver, right? So he basically pile drives the head into the mat. That is the finisher. But there was always that random match that has gone on for a long time, and the opposition's kicked out of some, with a finisher, and that's how he finishes them off. And I love that it's different to what he would normally do. So I like to see the Hell's Gate that he does.
Definite jiu-jitsu move. Escape wise,
Can we show you?
yeah, so in here, there we go.
Yeah, it's probably quite easy to escape
find
from
Mr.
if you haven't got the
Undertaker.
grip.
Circle out, nice and easy.
This is the move that like every white belt asks the coach to teach him in the
Because it
first
looks cool
week.
as fuck.
And Nick Diaz made it fucking
Language, boys, language. So clearly it can be done in MMA, look.
But there is ways in which you can lock this down so the guy can't escape, which Brad will show us now, and also show us another variation of the Go-Go Plata.
Oh yeah, I got.
Oh yes.
From here, I normally do it from an omoplata here. I come underneath and I grab here, right? From here, sorry man, it's so tight.
It's tight because you ain't flexible.
Whether you're a wrestling fan or not,
There, right. So I come over.
I think you've got to
here,
appreciate the
and I
sort of
come
stuff
over
he's
the top
doing and the
here.
techniques.
I've seen other guys start crossing. This here is horrendous. It's so bad. And this is the one Shinya Aoki made famous. He's obviously got a lot more better flexibility. He's never had knee operation and shit. Open up your wings there, Josephine. Right, so from here, you can step up and put torque here. I'm so inflexible, I can't do what Shinya Aoki does and go, just pull it in. Right, but from here, once I'm here, I pull, lift, now I sit down.
And then you got the
here.
floor stopping
I
them
can
getting
lift
away.
my belly out. I can even come underneath and get it again. It's not nice.
That is not nice.
No.
The worst part though is the smell of your feet that close to my feet.
His feet do look a bit gross. Sorry, Pixie's here. The Taz mission. Taz is now on AEW. He says some weird stuff. He's how many...
So this submission does...
I love this clip where Taz is having to physically use the Big Show, Paul White now. He's having to use his collar, leotard, whatever you call it, singlet, as a kind of... because he's Big Show's so huge.
In the corner, trying to get Taz to break that hole. Look at Taz, he's like a pit bull terrier on there.
So this submission does work if you're wearing a gi and you're doing it in a gym which actually involves people wearing...
Yeah, so that's the point. When I said about him holding the singlet, it's the sort of thing... So I was a judo instructor and did judo for many years before life took hold. And so when you do submissions, it's the sort of thing you use. You use the gi to pull it round. And it's an effective way of, choking someone out.
clothes. Obviously, most of the wrestlers were either topless, wearing spandex. Doesn't fucking work. I will insert a clip now of a judoka instructor showing the correct technique using a gi. What's missing in the Taz mission is this, the lapel grab. In the clip which I showed you of Taz doing it on Big Show, he is grabbing hold of a lycra, spongy fucking onesie
Stretchy.
thing. That doesn't put pressure here. The gi does. Here, pulls it across the throat, he chicken wings the arm, and it's that there. and he fucking whizzed him around and he threw him about. But Brad,
The problem when you do it in judo quite often, for what I found anyway, from my personal experiences, judo gis, which is what you wear, are normally quite loose. They're quite loose and fairly baggy. So actually, even where you can even get the tightest of grips, and there's still so much excess material that actually even then in the judo scenario, there's too much material to tighten it up enough. Granted, you can do it, and I've done it, but it's not as easy as it looks.
anything?
Squeeze harder.
So
Get real deep.
yeah, this is the point. When you've got that stretchy excess material, it is hard to get the torque in.
Mission, Brad Scott, Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, you know the escape scene. You put the arm
So
down.
the escape for this, guys, is just crank
Pull
that
your arm down.
fucking arm down as hard as you can. Doesn't work. Does not work. So Taz's Taz mission in a gi.
Can work,
Works great.
but like I said,
Without
tricky,
gi,
tricky,
doesn't.
tricky,
So I
tricky.
can do this standing, guys. There we go. Fuck. Right. Actually, I'll tell you what. We'll do two. We'll do two
Thanks.
seconds ones. If I go from standing gift wrap, guys. This is a little grip I got taught. Finger to thumb here.
On that knobbly joint in the
Let it
wrist.
sink in there.
I
Right.
can't pull that out.
It's
If anyone,
hard.
before anyone starts going, oh, you could just fucking yank it.
Yeah. And I haven't finished it.
Ain't going nowhere.
Now I bring this one up here.
I'm not looking forward to this.
And I put it tight. That normally I would do this on the floor, guys, but for the sake of the Taz Devil move, whatever it is, I'm gonna do this.
Taz Mission, man.
No.
Taz Mission.
I was
Sounds
straight
cooler.
in.
Fucking hell.
No, sorry. The reason I did it so tight
Yeah.
is because I need to get this tight on this far artery there, and this one I like to push it and put it tight. There's another guy, some crazy Russian fucker.
I can't see straight.
Man arms. I know you've got it. This guy doesn't give a fuck where you are. He just grabs you like this, and he'll hold you there.
So this is more or less a hold that someone like Jake Hager, used to be Jack Swagger, uses, where he literally just hugs them, but is getting their neck. It is quite cool to see. It's not very exciting to see this sort of hold, but that sort of hold seems to look effective.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. And then he gets nasty. Right, so what he does, Joe tried to sexually assault them, which is not allowed.
It's the sort of thing that you have to be a big man to do, I
When I'm
think.
in here, I can squeeze. All I'm doing is going round him, in, chop him.
This is called the Ezekiel.
Only in half guard, but he'll go for it anyway.
Yeah.
He's trying.
As I said, take a look at Jake Hager doing it in AEW.
Taz's Taz mission didn't work in the WWE. And I think there would be a lot more escapes for it.
Yeah, you need a lot of fucking talk on
You
that.
need a
arm.
lot of talk. You
Yeah,
need to get
and that's
enough
what I was saying.
right into
It's
the back
very
of the
tricky
knee,
getting enough torque.
wrench it down and pull it tight.
Material's
Well, it
too
wouldn't work.
stretchy and too baggy. And right, before they say anything, okay, she's doing a classic armbar. He's trying. Problem is, when you do an armbar, you need it to be straight. You need it to be straight and to be able to push the elbow back in a straight line. And when you do it, and I've done it in judo, that's what we're taught in judo. You end up using this bit as a kind of a lever, as a pivot point. When Ronda Rousey does it, actually, instead of it being straight, that she basically has it. It's hard to see in it. She basically has it bent. Well, that's not doing anything because the pain is when it's straight on the elbow, and it's quite funny because when Ronda Rousey does it and when there's live crowds, the camera angles and the noise that happens is all of a sudden it's straight, perfect, and then the noise comes as she bends it to make it look like it's more painful, and you think, just ruined for someone that is a true MMA legend in Ronda Rousey. I just think she ruins it. She makes it look stupid. Look, so here we go. Look, she goes straight. That's good. But as she's going, look, she bends the arm. Well, what are you bending it for? Look, all you're doing is doing that. Keep it straight. You can still keep it straight and make it look good without causing the pain.
Finisher, which was her patented armbar, which she used in the UFC, but she changed it so that it didn't fucking hurt. Anyone that thinks that Ronda Rousey's
What did I just say?
WWE armbar hurts, is a moron. A UFC one would break your fucking arm.
Yep.
One real simple change. That's all she did. One real
Bend the
simple
elbow.
change. And we're going to show it to you. So Ronda would set the arm bar up in a way which everyone would set an arm bar up.
You'd
She
put your
would
legs
sit
either
across
side.
the chest to here. A traditional arm bar.
Yeah, sorry, you would
The
use your
elbow
groin
down,
as the
keep
pivot.
thumb up towards the sky, you elevate the hips, and it gets a very easy tap. If Ronda wanted to break an arm, she would pass it to the
You'd use your
inside of her arm, and then use her back for leverage. What Ronda does in the WWE is pass it to the other side.
Just
And
bends the
then
elbow.
what she gets to do is that.
Oh, give me anxiety just thinking about it.
Is that.
Look, but it's just doing that. That's the way your elbow actually naturally bends.
Boom! Pretends to break it. That is the elbow bending, guys. Sorry, doesn't break. That way.
It needs to
you
go
put it that
against
way to make it
the
bend. Ooh, not good.
against the
You
elbow
can do it,
joint.
You can do it that way and then pull it down, but that still fucks the shoulder up.
I surprise myself with my own knowledge sometimes. These are the things that make me
Saw a
cross when
submission
watching.
That was so unique. Master Wong, what would you do if a guy could submit you with his cock?
Sorry,
You went to go for the deadly dagger, viper, dick grab with your mouth or hand. What if the guy knows dick jitsu?
Well, this
This
video's
is the
taken a
best
different turn, isn't it?
Submission / defense to the cock grab we have ever seen. We're gonna
Why can't I remember his name? I know his name. Can't remember his name now, but it's a bit of a comical.
Dick jitsu, baby.
You got to realise that sometimes in professional wrestling, it's more about the entertainment than the realism. So, yeah. It's interesting if you watch wrestling, I think most people know that it's scripted. Yes, they know they know the finish of the match, and they might know, they know who's going to win, and then they might know certain aspects of the match. But things do hurt. Things, it's still improv when they're actually in the ring most of the time. But it makes it interesting to know how things work. And I think with the submissions, for me personally, it actually more annoys me than anything, because sometimes it seems that they're not even trying to make it look realistic. Some of these submissions, they're so poorly done, like the John Cena where he's not even wrenching back on the face. You think, well, try harder, man, try harder. But yeah, there might be more wrestling videos at some point, because as I said, I am a fan. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Anyway, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'm changing my outro. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe. No, I might go back to the one. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time.